to join, who are going to join us later on. So everybody's welcome. So I'm going to hand over now to Jimmy George. Just going to introduce herself, tell us a bit about what she does in her organization, and then I'm going to hand over to Paul, who is going to speak to us about social media today. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jumi, as Bumi has already said, and I am the founder of Be the Light. Be the Light was actually launched in April this year, and what we do is support churches and other community groups to start or improve their community outreach projects. So we're really passionate about bridging the gap, especially between the church and other community groups, making sure that people are partnering more and working together to make a bigger impact in the community. Because like we all know, together we can make a greater difference than just doing things on our own. So that's what Be the Light is all about. We take our clients on a journey to find out what resources they have, what their community actually needs, and how they can start a project that will benefit those needs and meet those needs, of the community that they're in. Because we believe that every church especially is in a community for a reason and for a purpose. And one thing we are really big on as well is the fact that people need to know about your projects. So whatever you're doing in your community needs to know. So we've come across some churches that are doing great things, but they're not well attended. And the issue usually is the fact that their social media presence isn't strong enough. So I'd really encourage everyone to pay close attention to what Paul says today, so that you fix that issue and really work on our social media presence, so that people are aware of what we're doing in the community and how they can access those services or those projects. Another thing I would say is that it's really important for us to understand that during the pandemic, people who didn't usually use the internet are now on the internet and used to using the internet now. So gone are the days of putting up a poster in the library and hoping for the best. We've now got to get online and, get out there, get the word spread out there in the correct way as well. So knowledge is power, and I'm sure tonight we're all going to learn something great. So over to you, Paul. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jumi. Jumi, like I said, and like Shia said, she works with churches. She also works with other community charitable organizations or social enterprises. And hi, Davika, it's good to have you along. So thank you so much, Jumi, for letting us know what you do. So if you want to connect with Jumi, how can people connect with you? Do you want to leave your details in the chat so that people can connect with you?
Yes, I'll put our details in the chat.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Without further ado, let's hand over to Paul.
Wow. Hi, good evening, everybody.
Good evening. Good evening.
Hey, hiya. Yep. Oh, let me just put it by way of introduction, just to say something about me. I think it's about 22 or so years ago here in London, South London to be precise, off Walworth Road. We started out with, I think, Bumi shaking his head because we started out actually we started out with graphic design, and we worked together with non-profit churches and so many other people.
And businesses,
And businesses. And the reason why we started actually was that we were thinking that the quality of what was coming out, people want good quality stuff, but it's it kind of like maybe pricey, because those are the days of flyers and just flyers. Nothing, no Facebook, no facing nothing. You just face your flyers and you distribute and all stuff. So the quality of the work that was being done was a little bit pricey, and at the same time, and so it's like one of the things that you want to do as a nonprofit and even as a church or whatever is that you want to try to get the best for the most cost-effective way possible. because you don't want to take the donation of the people or of your supporters or whatever, or funders at times, and you just want to throw everything into advertising. Into running admin. Actually, some charity organizations actually going to be a problem because they said the ratio of what they're spending on the actual mission of the organization is actually not as much as what they're spending on their on the people running the show. So it's like when administration and everything is taking a big chunk. So it's like the donation of the people is just to maintain the lifestyle of the people that was doing it. So we said, okay, let's just start something. So we started, and we started with graphics. Eventually we moved into branding, then we moved to digital marketing, and we're where we are now. And our company is called TBG London, which is the branding guys London, which is part of Say It Better Media, which is also our business. I'm not here to talk about me per se, but I just needed to just throw that in so that we can move to the next point. Now, I've got a lot of information here, but we're going to squeeze it into 20 minutes. But what I wanted to do is this, in everything, it's like I see us as fishermen. And that's why I wanted to look at this. And if you're a fisherman and you want to catch a fish, you're not going to be in your bathroom or in your bathroom, no matter how the amount of water you can feel into the bathtub. That is not where your fish are. You can't catch the fish you want. And also, if you want to catch a whale, you're not going to go to that your little river that is just behind your house. So you won't do that, because if you do that, you will just catch one tiny, you won't even get a tilapia. You just get, only God knows what you're going to get, but you're going to get something. You may get something, put it that way. So one of the rule of engagement is, if you want a client, you need to go, if a client, an audience, somebody to engage, or even donor volunteers to engage, or people to attend your event. If you want those set of people, you need to go to where they congregate. You need to, so that it's like when you know, there is something about fishing with a fishing rod and or using a net. Is it called fish net? Or I don't know.
I mean, yeah, fish net.
Let's just call it like a fish net. So if you have a rod and you're doing fishing, I can tell you, I don't even need any supernatural anything to tell you that you only catch one fish.
Yeah.
If you're using a fishing rod, you're gonna get one. That is if you get one. And at times, you know what happens? You know, have you seen somebody going for fishing? They will sit there. Actually, they go with chairs, because you're going to sit down and wait for the fish to come to you. Okay, because you're sitting on the bank and you just hook it in there. You have your lunch, conversation, make your phone calls or whatever, and you're waiting until the fish bite. So that is why you have a bait, and your bait is just to attract the fish to come. And no matter what you do, you're going to catch one fish. Okay, but now when you go out in the boat, into the sea with a net, and then you're not waiting for the fish to come to you. You are being proactive in going out to throw the net to catch the fish. Now, what's going to happen is that is not even using a bait. That is actually using a net. And what happens is this: you're going to catch the kind of fish you want. You're going to get the kind of fish you don't want. You may even get rubbish. You can get garbage. You can get so many things. So it now gives you another responsibility, which is you have to now do some sorting. You need to now go through the fish, go through your catch. And actually, if you've been following the news at times, actually people even drag some criminal stuff. So, some people found bodies. Some fishermen, so many things. They saw human parts. It's this crazy stuff. But what happened is what I'm saying is, by going into the sea and throwing out the net at the right time, not during daylight, because that's another thing, because you don't do those kind of fishing thing in the daylight, because the fish are going to see the sun, they're going to run away. So you do it at night and stuff. So as an organization, I want to get enough engagement. You're not going to just stay in one place and hoping and praying, like what Jimmy said, that the days of putting a poster in the library and just hoping and just wishing that somebody will show up. Like even this evening today, the organizers, Boomy, will have an idea of the people that will be here, because there is a registration system. And that registration system gather the details of the people. If for any reason they want to change the time of this event, it's not going to be by luck or anything. They will have the phone numbers, you have the email addresses, and you have the whatever the people, you can easily contact them. So these are not the days of guessing. All right. Yeah. Now, online, over 2 billion users are on Facebook. Over 2.2 billion users. Okay. In the, how many? I mean, they say we have like 6 to 7 billion people on Earth now. So you have 2.2 billion people using a platform. Okay, that is Facebook. Now, that is a lot of people. That is a lot of fish meeting in the same place. Now, and look at this. Okay, if you will know that Facebook have actually changed the name to Meta, and Meta has Facebook, has Instagram, and has WhatsApp. Okay, these 3 platforms are the biggest social media platform in the world under one company. That is like that is almost an unreasonable power. Okay, you have Facebook, you have Instagram, and you have WhatsApp. I think they should just to add Twitter to the mix, and then they're done. They will not. I don't think they will allow them. You know, I think they're gonna just put Twitter there and then put Pinterest or something, and that is it. You just become a mini god. You just put your name, Mark Zuckerberg God, because it's just serious. Now, but that is where people congregate, and but some of us, what some organizations have done is because of we have our own different method of operation. But we want to say this, that there's a vast opportunity of being able to reach hundreds of thousands of people with your messaging if you get it right online. But notice I said something. If you go into the sea to do the fish, to use the net, you're going to catch the good, the bad, the ugly. And that is why some of us and some organizations don't want to get on the social media platform as much as they should because of the ugly, because of the bad. But you cannot say because there's an ugly and a bad that you will forfeit the good. The good is vast. Let me just do something quickly because I just want to share my screen and just quickly just do a rundown that is not, you can see my screen, yeah? All right. So I just had this document that I saw, okay, you say, how do you set yourself up for success? Because you have to know how to do it, because it's like if you throw the guy that is not trained and you take the guy and put him in the boat and say, let's go fish at night, just because you're in the boat and they give you the net doesn't mean you're going to catch anything. Okay. Yeah. Now, if you don't know how to do it, then that is a problem. Now, where do we start? We have the 1, 2, 3, 4. Where we all start is like, okay, you need to have like a mobile responsive website. Okay, there's the space for email marketing. There's a primary social. You need to choose your primary social channel. We talk about up-to-date course-specific listing, and then you need to have a way to easily create content. Okay, but we'll talk about the first one. You need to have a mobile responsive website, not just a website, because over 80% of web users, they do it through the phone these days. Okay, people check their websites and whatever you have to offer, they check it on the phone. If your website is not web friendly, if it's not phone friendly, if it's not that responsive, there's a problem. Obviously, there's the email marketing and the social media platforms and the other ones. But I'm not going to do I'm just going to jump here and there. So, but where we start is that if our website is not solid, then that is a bit of a problem to start with. Okay, because everything needs to work together. We're talking about integrated presence. Let me use an example as a person. Okay, you are you, but we came today, Boomy is wearing a suit, a red tie, and everybody's trying to look a little bit presentable because it's got to go together. You can't just say one area is solid and the other area should be ignored. A mobile responsive website is exactly good. This is an example of a mobile responsive website. We have it on a big screen, and you have it the content at the bottom. If you look at the one on the left, that's a mobile responsive website, because that one will show you all your content without cutting anything off. But the one on the right on the bottom is the one that is not responsive. So it's going to be cutting vital information off. You don't want that to happen. We're not going to do a lot of the website thing, but there's about at least minimum like a 5-page website that you need to have, like your home page, your about you, your program, your services, support us page, and your contact page. And we're not going to do a lot of this, who we are, what we are. I'm just going to go very quickly. This is the support page, and this is the contact, the support page, sorry, and this is the contact us page. Let me go quickly. Okay, but the question is a good website or whatever platform you use, even Facebook, needs to have an engagement. Because if somebody comes to your website or somebody goes to your Facebook page, how do you engage the person? Because in my home, if I'm checking the website, it's invisible. I am invisible to the owner of the website. So the issue is, how do I engage? Is somebody checking my Facebook? How do they engage? How do I get them to engage? And that's why you have something like a sign-up form. And you can even have the sign-up form linked even to your Facebook and the social media platform. You've got to link the people. Now we have the email marketing, but I want to go quickly because the main thing we're talking about today is our social media. And I'm going to just run and run and run. That social media here is, we all have platforms that we love. Some people are Facebook people, some people are Twitter people, some people are Instagram people, some people are LinkedIn people, some people are Pinterest people. So you have to choose the platform that resonates with you and you believe resonates with your clientele or resonates with the audience that you are trying to work with and the platform you're trying to work with. Here we have the Facebook platform. Here you have the LinkedIn platform. I don't know if all our organizations are on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn, as we know, I believe we know, is the social media for professionals. So the kind of people, the kind of information that you see on LinkedIn are a little bit more serious than the kind of information you will see on like a Facebook platform. Because LinkedIn are a little more serious. Obviously, we all know Instagram, the big Instagram. We have the Twitter, and you have the Pinterest. But I want to say something. I want to just bring something up, which is, just hold on, which is another one. This one. Can you see it? So can you see this?
We can see a page. Is it Pinterest?
No. On the right, the ones that say don't and do?
Do's and no, no, we can't see that. No. Maybe you paused your screen.
Okay, look at this. I'm going to stop the sharing and I'm going to bring it up again. Hold on.
Okay.
Stop this now. Sorry.
Okay, that's stopped, yeah.
That's stopped now. And then share screen again. Okay, let me just do this. Sorry, just sharing multiple screens. Okay, still holding on. Okay, I know what to do. Share desktop. Sorry, I'm just struggling a bit with this. Okay. I'm almost there now.
Okay, we can see. Yeah. Don'ts and do's and do.
Okay, then hold on there. Let me just. Okay. Okay, there are some things that I just wanted to go quickly with this one. There are some things that we don't do as a non-profit organization, even in your social posting, because we talk about social media, and that is, it's got to be social, it's got to be engaging, it's got to be something that is kind of interactive, it's got to be something that should bring people back to you. And you now take them from just reading or checking your information into actually taking action, the action you want them to do. For example, there are some don'ts and do's They don't just continuously repeat your mission statement too often, or the do is that you can show your audience how you're living up to your mission statement. An example is this. I'm using this Save the Unicorn thing. If on the left, you see the organization that is spending their time, is the same organization, but it's an example, or spending the time to be writing things just about, oh, we are registered, we're 501c, registered nonprofit, our mission is this and that. Now you put your mission already in a place, maybe on the top of your bio or something. So there's no need to keep repeating it, because on the right-hand side, you can actually see how they're living up to their mission statement. Another thing is that you don't need to assume that your audience know everything about you or about what you do. You need to thoroughly explain what you do. For example, here on the left is a great first day of mythical beginnings, and just wrote that. You'll be thinking, okay, you assume that your audience know what you're saying. No, look on the right-hand side, or my right hand, and I think it's your right, is he kind of explaining, it's a truly inspirational weekend enchanting the next generation of believers, blah, 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 blah. It was a bit explanatory. Like, don't assume that people know, okay? Another thing is that it's like some people post some things on their social media platform for their organization, and they just put a kind of a confusing and unmatched caption on it. But what needs to happen is that you need to match the words to the photos and the photos to the words. For example, look at this on the left. It just says tragic, assuming that people will know what happened. You know, a unicorn needs to have something on the, like a horn, but now the horn is not there. And what the post on the left just says is tragic. Now, you're keeping people guessing too much. It's like on the right-hand side, there was an explanation that Sparkles, which is the name of the horse, here lost his horn when children stopped blah, 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 believing in him. He kind of explained it. Another thing that we don't want to do is that we don't want to keep posting the same type of content again and again. Some people in the organization, the only time they post is when they have upcoming events, or maybe they post the upcoming event. You just come to their page, events, and be like, what's going on? And some people, they just put their own major accomplishments, or whatever they're doing is what they just put in there. What you want to do is that you want to make sure there's diversity, and we diversify the content, which is you need to plan out what you want to post a week or 2 weeks ahead of time, and make sure every post you share in a week is different from the others. And then if you're not sure, somebody says, okay, what are the things that I can be posting as in my organization? That
I was going to ask that.
Yeah. So these are some content suggestions here of what we can be posting. Number one, you can put behind the scenes, which is you can show them the life of the office or on the job site. Okay, some things that you're doing, maybe you're making a product, you can actually show them how you're making the product. You're working with some young people, you can show them how you're working with it. And actually you're going for a meeting, you know what, you can actually show how the meeting is starting, and you show them what you're doing. Another content that we can post is that we can post things about team members, which is you can introduce them to, you can introduce your staff, you can introduce your volunteers. Another thing we can post is you can post news article, the one that is relevant to your community, you can post it. Another one is that you can post things like your project successes, either big and small. Because some people, they just think, okay, if it's not very significant, they're not going to post it, post it. Another thing you can post is fundraising ideas. Another one you can do is that you can actually share numbers, which is you can give your audience the statistics of the work that you're doing. You can say we've reached, you can just come to a post and we'll say 50. They say, what is 50? That means 50 distributed to blah, 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 50 or whatever. You can use a number. You can use archival content. Okay. You can use resources, advices, volunteer opportunity, and some people, they have the habit also of posting motivational and inspirational content. Another mistake that people do, and churches do this a lot, and it kind of even annoy me, is that people just post things without using the correct sizes. You just take the flyer, A5 flyer, and you just want to post it on the Facebook header, or you want to post it on Instagram. Instagram has about 3 sizes, or mainly 2 sizes. It's just 1080 by 1080, or you can have 1080 by 1350 or something, which is you want to do the big images. So when you post, for example, let me give you this. The one on the left is kind of squeezed up. And this is another thing that some people do, they just squeeze the flyer. You see the head of the guy, his head is just squeezed like this because they just want to make sure it fits into the place. There are sizes that we need to work. Normally, what you need to do is that you need to create the poster or whatever it is and optimize it to fit the place where you want to use it. Because if you want to use it on a Facebook header, there's a size for that. You want to use it in the post, there's a size for that. You want to use it in your status, there's a size for that. You want to use it on Reel, you got to make your artwork to fit into the size of what you want. I need to, my time is going quickly. I just want to, okay, for example, this is an example on the left of a staff highlight, which is a Meet Amber Moonflower, our new member coordinator for our membership and reward program, here to help people. You can just, because when people want to relate with your organization, they want to relate with people. They want to have an idea of the person on the other side. One thing I think is a mistake that a lot of churches, churches would do, is that they just highlight the pastor. And then everything, you come to their page, everything is just the pastor. The pastor this, the pastor that. But people don't come to church to see the pastor. They actually, I think they see the pastor for whatever minute that he's there up on the stage. They actually interact with the people. Before you see the pastor, you already met the guy in the parking lot. You already met the ushers. You already met somebody that is sitting. You already met the singers if you come to church early. You already met all those kind of people before you even see the pastor. So why don't we highlight all the different things in there and then volunteer opportunities? I want to just put this and say, at times, somebody said, what are you turning me to? Are you turning me to, you talk about doing the designs, are you turning me to a graphic designer? Are you turning me into whatever it is? No, we're saying what we do as an organization is I'm so passionate. Apart from working with nonprofit, I also have our own nonprofit, okay? And I'll have our own social organizations also. And I'm so passionate with reaching as much people as possible for as reasonable in cost as you can get. We talk about the example of using a fishing rod or using a net. The choice is this. Do I want to take a bigger number of people, reach a bigger number of people with, and that, let me just say this because time is gone. I just want to rush this. Let me say another thing. One thing that even all those social media platforms has done, like Facebook, is that your content, even if you have 5,000 followers, your content is not going to more than like 2 or 3% of those people, okay? Because what they want you to do is that they want you to spend your money in creating an advert to reach your people. So for example, if your organization have a Facebook page now, and maybe you have followers, you have 1,000 followers. If you do a post, your post may not reach more than 20, 30, 40 of those followers, okay? So if I want to do an advert, you can do an advert to reach a region, or you can do an advert that targets only your followers. And that is something that people should look at. Because if you have 1,000 followers, those are the people that actually click that they want to follow your organization. If you want to do a Facebook advert, people say, okay, I just want to target people like in London, in Birmingham, in wherever. I said, one of the first things you want to do is that you want to target your own followers. Okay, you want to make sure that your followers are getting your content. And for like a penny, and this is for some people, if you don't know how to do the Facebook advert properly, you can be spending a lot of money and reaching the wrong kind of people. The people that are not, they don't love your product, they don't connect with your organization, they are not likely people to be interested in what you're doing. But that is why I said to people that one of the things that you want to do is to target your followers. There are so many things we want to talk about that we can talk about, but the first one I want to say is get followers. Number 2, target the followers. The biggest evangelists you have are the people that are already connected with your brand. Okay, they are the ones that's going to tell other people about your brand. Are you following me? So those are the people those are the ones that are going to tell other people about your brand. So get them. And one of the ways to get people on if through Facebook adverts is that you need to do should I call it what we call a worldwide advertising? Worldwide. There are 2 ways of doing the advert. The first advert is to get followers, or to get people to follow your page, or to get people to like you on Instagram or something, to follow you. And then the next thing, to like you on Facebook and to follow you on Instagram or stuff. And the next one is now target your followers. And all this can be done in a very cheap way, because if you want to do all the other methods, for example, if I do flyers, how do I distribute 10,000 flyers? I mean, for me to take a flyer of my organization, of our project, of what we do, and I want to distribute it to 10,000 people, it will be a lot of work. But on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, I can put, they call something an omnipresent marketing. I can put it together and I can reach 10,000 people within a week. So it is kind of easier, less stressful for me to reach them than if I have my flyers and I'm roaming the street of London to reach those people. And some people, they reject, let me say this to you. You talk about, even if you want to post something, they call something junk mail.
Yeah.
We talk about junk mail.
Yeah.
And spam for email marketing.
Yeah.
But there's no junk social media presence. It's like the same way that you have TV. Look at the idea of junk mail. What's a junk mail? The mail came in through my letterbox that I didn't sign up for. But
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question. Did you sign up for that YouTube advert that you saw when you're watching your favorite video? Did you sign up for that TV advert that came in when you were watching your favorite TV program? So those ones are not junk. So when you come on the platform of social media also, you can pop to people and they don't see it as if they're getting anything junk, because you want to make sure you're adding value. So the restriction, notice, I don't know if you've ever handed flyer out to people. When you want to hand the flyer to somebody, the person may be telling you, no, that I don't like it. And it may make you feel something. But when you go online and then you just send all your social media adverts are going out there, you don't have that feeling of rejection is not there. Because actually when you look at it and you say, okay, your reach is 10,000 people, 15,000 people have seen your program, you will be interested. You'll be quite happy. So I don't want to run too much on this, and the time is gone. So that is why I want to say something, that what we have actually is like, we can actually work with your organization or work with your church, charity, social enterprise and stuff to be able to do all this for you in a very, very, very cost-effective way. But the beauty of everything is, and to train you or train your nominated person or people on how they can continue it. So it's not like you are dependent on any agency or you're dependent on some other people. Is that you kickstart the process and then you can actually find an easy way to make it go on. So I think I've said some stuff. I don't want to go on repeating things. I just jump a whole lot of stuff. This is supposed to be like a 2.5-hour presentation, but we're squeezing it in 20 minutes. Okay. And let me just quickly, if Boomy will permit, to just quickly tell you what
okay.
is.
Yeah, if you don't mind, if you show us what you can do for us, then we have some questions we want to ask you. Well, thank you so much.
Okay. Now, I don't know if you can see this.
Okay, we can.
Okay, we have this start, run, and jump offers.
Okay.
So in the start, which I think is essential for everything, is that in the start, we want to check, you want to analyze your social voice. Okay, if I put your name in Google or the name of your organization in Google, what will I see? And there are some software that you can use to check on the social voice. So how big or how loud is your social voice? Then you have the brand analysis, which you do, and then you review all your social media presence. We need to review all your social media presence, because there is something also, it's like the way you introduce yourself. Some people say the way you address is the way you'll be addressed. So when I come to your social media platform, is your about page very good? Is your about page good? What is in your bio? Do you have your link in your bio? Let me tell something about which you will have seen already. Something about LinkedIn. You know when you do, something about Instagram. You know when you write your Instagram post and you put a link to anything, it's not active. So the link is not working inside your Instagram. So because they've not made it active. But inside the bio, you can use like a link tree. And in the link tree is free. There's a free version, there's a paid version. In Linktree, you can put all your different links in there. So the link on top of your Instagram page now the link inside your Instagram bio now becomes something that is almost like a mini website, because when you click it, it takes you to a place and all your activated links can be there. So we want to check all your socials to double check that how well are they set up. We check your setup. We give you like 2 weeks of post, because my team can actually do some of your social media posting for you for 2 weeks, just for you to see and to see the engagement. And then you can do your 2 weeks online advert. It's okay for that one. We get people on the start program for like £250. You just suggest to do that. Everything in the start, we'll put it under the run, but we extend it to a month. Okay, so we'll sit down with you for a month, and then we'll work with this for your organization. One thing that this does is this: when the social voice has been analyzed and everything has been reviewed and set up, is once and for all thing. So it's not like you set it up this month, you set it up again next month. No. So the money you pay and the working that you is like somebody coming to build you a house. So they build a house for you. You just go in there and just start sleeping however you want to sleep. I'm just using that analogy. So on the run, we extend everything to a month. And then the final one is the jump, which is where we produce a bespoke solution from your web development to your advanced marketing solutions. Okay, because we review, that's where we really begin to look at your website and begin to see, okay, and take things from, we told you, if you remember, we'll talk about let me show that again. Let me bring that up again. Yeah. Okay. You remember here, we give you the 1 to 5. Yeah. So under the bespoke solution, that's where we look at the 1 to 5. So we talk about the responsive website, we talk about your email marketing, we talk about your social media channels, we talk about the listings, the review listings place. And let me say something to you, people check reviews now. Trustpilot is one of the most powerful websites now, because what people do when they want to deal with your organization at times, that they go to check Trustpilot. If your review is good in Trustpilot, you can get a lot of people engaging with you. If your review is not good in Trustpilot, I'm telling you, a lot of people will not do business, or they will not engage with the organization. So in a way, and I love Trustpilot for something, and one of the reasons I love them is because it's putting the pressure on service providers and all our organizations to make sure we totally take care of the people the way we are supposed to, because we want to provide satisfied people. Whoever is engaging with our organization must get what they're looking for. And the wonderful thing is that they shouldn't just get what they want, they should get more than what they want. And that is just a little thing. So if you want to engage with us, we have an email address in there, which is admin@thebrandingguys.com. And what I've done on these occasions is I will say, okay, we're going to release my own telephone number, not just the office's number, my number, so that because whoever is coming on this platform, I want to engage with the person personally. So my name is Paul, and he's there, and it's 0794302325. And so we can discuss, and then we can begin to check that what is the best thing to do. Somebody say, I'm already doing something. Okay, can we just do the start or something? Or if we review you and we feel, okay, you know what, you're really beyond the starting point, maybe you need a bespoke solution, we'll begin to talk together. But where we stand is whatever solution that we're going to work together with, you will get a proper engagement with your target audience. And actually, another thing we need to do is also at times you need to actually define your target audience. If your audience is a human, what kind of name will he have? If your audience is a color, what kind of color will it be? If your audience is an animal, what kind of animal will they be? If your audience is one of the superheroes, will it be Spider-Man? Will it be Superman? Will it be who's your target, or a Catwoman or something? So who's your target audience? By the time you actually decide the target audience, it helps. And you need to really know, even, sorry for taking the time, please, can you just give me about maybe just 2 minutes, I'm done. It's like another thing is also like, what are you really into? What are one of the directors of McDonald's, the
food giant,
and they just asked him, say, what business are you into? He was speaking in Harvard. He said, what business am I into? They say, you sell burgers. He said, no, I don't. He said, what? McDonald's sells burgers and stuff. He said, no, I don't. He said, what business are you into? He said, we're into real estate. I said, what do you mean you're in real estate? He said, because we get the best properties at the corners of every, wherever we are. He says, so we are we own prime properties. He says, what we own, the value is even more than our businesses. He says, so even if burgers are no longer selling, we will still be loaded because we own real estate. And that was a whoa. So as far as they're concerned, so at times when we work with somebody, we begin to analyze, okay, what are you really into, and why are you doing what you're doing? Because that is what's going to control the messaging. Because if we don't really know what you're all about, if you don't really know really what you're all about, you may not be able to convey messaging properly. Like somebody selling furniture, and they said, "What's your job?" He said, "Yeah, somebody said your job is to be making chairs and beds." He said, "No, that's not my job." He said, "My job is to create comfort." He said, "My job is comfort. I provide comfort." So when I know that my business is providing comfort and not making chairs, then my content on my website, on my social media platform, is going to be focusing on things that are producing comfort. It's not just going to be selling products. Okay, so all those things they will go a long way in passing across the message that you have. That is why some people say, okay, I'm into entertainment, or I'm into I forgot the word I wanted to use actually. So it's like so that we move our eyes from even what we do into why we're doing it. So the why behind our organization now becomes the reason, becomes the foundation of our messaging. So that is where our vision, our mission statement, our values, and all those things becomes very essential, because we need to know why we're here and why we're doing what we're doing, because that is what's going to now control the messaging, and even the images and the colors and everything that we use will not be in line with our why. Thank you so much. I don't want to take the time. Wow. I've gone beyond my 20 minutes, and I just want to yield the floor to Boomy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You know, as you were rounding up there, I was thinking to myself, you know, apart from us taking on some of the packages that you are showing us, that you've showed us today, I was thinking that we actually need to have a course with you for half a day or something, where you can actually take on, because you have talked about some profound things. I mean, we have 10 minutes left, and I have some questions that I want to ask, but I want to let other people, maybe one or two other people, ask questions. If you can put up your digital hand first, please, so that I can get you to ask a question. And if you can make your questions very succinct, and also if you can make our answers succinct, it would help us to be able to ask more questions. Thank you. So who wants to go first? Okay, go on, Davika. We cannot hear you, Davika. We still cannot hear you. No. Question in the chat. Okay, put the question in the chat. Okay, whilst you're doing that, I wanted to say, wow. I mean, I've learned so much today. I'm taking notes. Okay. Yeah. One thing, please, before we go on, and I wanted to ask Paul if he doesn't mind doing for us. You showed us a list of content, the kind of contents that we should be releasing. Do you mind copying that and pasting in the chat for us so that we can copy that? Is it something? Is it an image or something? Or
I've turned it to an image, but I can just change that.
Okay, if you can, that would be very useful. Davika was asking, what is up-to-date course-specific listing?
Okay.
What's that?
Let me come back. Okay, what that one was all. Where am I now? Okay, sorry, I'm back in Zoom. Sorry.
We can still see you. Yeah, we can see.
Yeah. You are seeing me, but I can't see anybody.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, what we have in there actually is just the proper listing that is relevant to your industry.
Oh, okay.
is a specific listing that is relevant to your industry, because at times there are some listings, and hold on, I've been to some to check some listings, and then what you see in there is like old, expired, that is not up to date. You call a number on that list and it's dead. The phone number is no longer working because the last time that list was all updated was maybe 5 years ago. So what you want is that you want to be in the directories and all the stuff that is relevant to your industries and is up to date. Because if not, because it's like, for example, okay, my wife is a consultant. So at times when you're looking for a list
medical
of
medical consultant.
Medical consultant, yeah. And when you're looking for the list of those people, and then you're looking for the specialty, maybe obs and gynae and stuff, and you get to that list, if you are on that list, that at times just give you credibility. It just let people know that, yeah, this person belongs, is with the right circle. Because when you people want to check who you hang with, who are you hang, that is why you want to be sure that wherever your business is going to be listed and wherever your organization is going to be listed is in the right directories, is in the right listings, and is getting the right mention.
Okay, great. Thank you. Next question, please.
I just wanted to ask about the course. You said there was a course available as well, or some training.
No, I was saying that I think we should get him to do a course.
No, when Paul was speaking, he did speak about training or course. Am I right?
So what we're going to do is, yeah, you're right. I said when we work with other organization or anybody, we do training. We train you and your people or whoever you nominated. And I actually said to people that even the whoever leads the organization should be trained. You need to know what's going on under you. Even if you're not the one that's going to be implementing. So we do the training, is part of the bespoke solutions. We do the training of how that is, we can even come to your premises or we can do it on Zoom. And we do the training of how to present your social media stuff, how to use it, how to maintain it, how to update it. You know, at times I don't know if it's happened to you, somebody do a website, some snazzy, nice website for you and you like it, but the last thing that you wanted to do is that you don't even know how to update it. Or even you try to update it and you put an image and the image is not, because the image has to be a particular size. So you don't even know all those things. And then you put the image and the image just breaks the website and the website is not looking as nice as it was looking previously. Or you want to, or there's an event you want to put up and you don't even know how to put it up properly. So that's on website side. But on the social media thing, you know, I'm saying something about images, about putting the right image size, which you can do on free platforms like Canva. If you use a platform like Canva, you can actually put up your images in the right sizes because they all have templates. And so, and then also because some of those templates, if you put your logo, a lot of logos have background. So we will have made for you the kind, maybe adjust your logo in a way. We'll make it like a PNG transparent logo that when you put it on your images in Canva, Canva is free. They have the paid version, they have the free version. And then even if you're looking for images, you can go to a place called freepik.com. So if you want to do flyers and stuff for your organization, you can go to Canva. You have some free stuff in there. If you want to do, if you're looking for the right images to use for your organization and even to get some templates for flyers also, you can go to freepik.com. And then when you go to Freepik, you can pick all those kind of stuff and then work with it. Those are things we're going to tell you where you can get images, where you can get ready-made designs that you can actually use and content also. Content ideas, and because the content is king. So we're going to work with people. We do that when somebody sign up with one of our programs.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, you know, thank you, Jimmy, for that question. One of the things that I was saying, I was actually thinking that I'm going to ask many of our clients here if they would like to have a paid version of a half day with you, so that the kind of things that you teach, those who have signed up with you, maybe you can teach some of our clients who are willing to make a payment towards their course. But I wanted to say that a couple of things that I've learned today that has really blessed me was this idea of after you get the followers, you target the followers. Because when I do Facebook ads, I tend to target people who are not my followers. So
How
I've
many
been,
followers?
I've been spending my money. So now I'm gonna I'm
How
gonna
many
target
followers?
the followers. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for that. And the the question of the subject of sizes. I mean, I've got to say, when you were talking about people trying to squeeze in a poor size, I wanted to cover my face because I've done that so many times.
You can't see the head of the speaker, you just squeeze
Yeah,
and
I'm like, yeah.
probably part of the flyers is cut off. Or your phone number is even cut off.
Yeah, I've done it so many times that I'm so embarrassed. Thank you, Devika, for staying around. We're going to finish at 8 anyway in 3 minutes. Okay, thank you. So, it's been really great to have you along with us today. You know, and also, yeah, one of the things that blessed me was when you're talking about communicating the solutions. Somebody who makes chairs, even though what they're making is actually giving people comfort. And we don't talk about that. We just say, "Oh, we make chairs," but really, we're not chair makers. We we are comfort givers, and we need to communicate that, and that will affect our language, and that will affect. Oh, somebody's put their hand up, so let me give her a chance to talk because we're nearly finished. Pastor OBA, please, can you speak?
I was just wondering that maybe there's something wrong with that hand that was up and I wasn't sure. It's been up
Don't.
for a while, so I'm beginning to wonder.
Apologies.
Hi, Pastor Josh. How you doing, sir?
I'm fine, thank you.
It's been a long time. I'm sorry I came late. I got these details a little bit late and I missed out the better part of it. So I was just I heard you also saying that you're gonna leave your number. So I was looking on the chat. I haven't seen the number yet. So I said, let me catch up with you before you leave. So please kindly put your number, then I can give you a call later.
Okay.
And I would also like to say, Mr. Pastor, for me, you're doing a great job. We love you. We love you. Well done.
Bless you. Good to see you. Yeah. Please, can you put your number back up? Yes, thank you.
Now,
Number is
and I
there.
want to, sorry, can I say something? Because when we
Sure.
talk about selling comfort,
Yeah.
this is an idea for business. If it's business, please, anybody, can we price comfort? Can you put a price on comfort?
Mm-mm.
Well, you can put a price on the chair.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I'm selling chairs,
Yeah.
we can argue on the pricing. But if
Yeah.
I'm selling comfort, you can't argue on the pricing because
Yeah.
comfort is subjective.
Yeah.
The difference between economy and business class and first class. We leave same time, we land same time, but somebody's paying almost 5 times the price, 6 times the price, 7
Yeah.
times the price, and we leave the same time and we arrive the same time.
Yeah.
And the whole sense is supposed to travel. But they didn't just, you took a flight, they didn't take a flight, they had an experience.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't want to go into.
Yeah. Yeah. No. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely spot on. Anyone else? Okay. Della, did you want to ask a question? I'm going to make you the last person to ask a question. If you did want to ask a question, Della. Okay. Della doesn't want to ask a question yet. Oh, okay. She said no. Okay. Okay. Sure. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you so much, Paul, for presenting such a great teaching. Somebody needs to put their hand up now. Forever flourish. Okay. Can you let's see your face, and then you can ask your question. Thank you. Forever flourish. Did you want to ask a question? Your hand is up. Is that I don't know whether that's an accident or or not. Yeah. Okay, we don't know. So, so we cannot hear you if you're speaking though. Forever flourish, flow. So please let us know. Okay. Yeah. Can you, as a questionnaire, can you get a copy of the material that you used for us that's missed out? We missed out on the presentation or something. Can
Yeah,
you, would you be willing? Okay.
that'll
If
be
you,
good.
okay, you need to unmute me. Oh, I beg your pardon. Okay, Flourish was asking me to unmute. Okay, I've unmuted you so you can unmute yourself. Mm,
Bottom left.
yeah, I've unmuted. I've unmuted you. I'm clicking on ask to unmute, so I've unmuted you. Ask to unmute. Okay, so you can unmute yourself now. Okay, I don't know what's going on with that there at the moment.
Maybe she can write. Maybe the person can write the question in the chat
You want to
box.
write your question in the chat, please? We'll wait for you to write your question in the chat. Okay, Flourish can hear me. Yeah. Okay. Oh, very great session. Okay, good. All right. Did you have a question though? Or not? Okay. So yeah, so would you mind sending us, somebody asked if we can have the presentation. Would you mind sending us that? And we would forward it to all the people who have registered. Please make sure you're registered on the, uh, yeah, please make sure you're registered on the Eventbrite. So I'm gonna ask everyone if they're willing, because Jimmy asked a question talking about the training that you offer to your clients when they've signed up for you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna ask my clients as well if they would like to have a training session. This will be a paid one. You can have a half a day. You can go through some of the things you would normally have trained your those who have signed up with you. If you don't mind, then we can put together a very good session, because I've learned so much today, and the tips that you've given, if anyone would just implement those in their social media campaign, then they will have achieved a lot. So thank you so much for joining us today. Again, Paul's number is there for us. So if you don't have it, I'm going to call it out. It's 07943 07943 23275. Oh, it looks like one is missing. 07943 023. Oh no, 023275. 07943 023 275. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Okay, you've put it again. Thank you so much. All right, thank you everyone for joining us today. It's been great to have you along. We'll get the presentation notes together. We'll send it to you via the Eventbrite link if you have registered. Thank you, Jimmy, for coming on today. We'll catch up with you later on. And thank you so much, Paul. You've given us such good, awesome information. We really appreciate your time, and we'll be in touch with you. Good night, everyone. Great to have you. Thank you. Thank you, Pastor Obie. Thank you, Della. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Mata. Thank you, Oluwa Fumbi. Thank you, Kende. It's good to have you all.